Good times, bad times. Gambling. It could be amazing when you win. It could be really horrible when you lose. It's the nature of the beast, guys, and today we're talking about that. Welcome to Storytime Slots. Guys, the stark contrast with outcomes that we see when we gamble. You know, for some, gambling can be the best thing they've experienced when they win something nice. Gambling for some can be awesome, amazing. But for the majority of us that go and experience losses, even if our intent was just to go have fun. When you lose, whatever it is, it could be $5, $100, $1,000, tens of thousands of dollars. It's not really a good feeling, guys. And when you bring in the addiction part of it, when somebody gets hooked and is addicted to gambling, this can be the worst thing somebody can go through in their lives. Something that they can't shake, something that they're having trouble with. We've all been there, guys. We've all been there. You see my videos. Sure, I win sometimes. Not big. It's a rarity that I win something significant. A couple of $100 here, a couple of $100 there. But the majority of the time, I lose in gambling, especially the slots, right? This is the only thing where we're doing the same thing, but we're seeing different outcomes and different results, resulting in whether somebody hates it or loves it. Sure, discipline is key when you're having a good time. A lot of people go there to have a good time. It starts off as a good time, the intent to have a good time. One thing leads to another. You end up losing the money that you have, and that good time turns into not so good of a time. What have I just done? What is this? For a lot of us, that's the case, man. For a lot of us, that's the case. Everything is great when you win. Everything sucks when you lose. This place sucks. I'm never coming here again. Why come here? And when you win, oh man, I just hit this. I just hit that. You see in the comment section. You see the contrast of people commenting in my comment section, right? Some people say, hey man, I just hit the grand and you're amazing and keep doing what you're doing. And then some people are mad, upset that they've lost thousands of dollars and they are frustrated and they want to quit. They want to stop because the lack of discipline. Guys, it's easy to lose control at a casino, especially when you win something. You always think you're going to win something. You go to your favorite machine that gave it to you last time and you just dump everything plus more. That's the 9 out of 10 times that's the outcome. We go back thinking that it's going to happen again. And what happens? They really put you in the ringer and spit you out. And that's what happened. That's where the frustration starts to kick in. That's where the anger starts. Guys, not a lot of us have the discipline needed to have fun. Discipline is going there knowing that, hey, if I win $100, $200, I'm good. If I lose $100 or $200, I'm good. Not digging in, not losing more than you should, not chasing a dream, not chasing thousands. That's not discipline. It's so hard to achieve that discipline in gambling. Oh, I have discipline. Oh, I have this. Yeah, sure, maybe. I doubt it. It's hard, guys. It's not easy. It's easy to say, hey, man, you got to be a disciplined player. But when you're there, sitting down in front of a machine in the heat of the moment, a lot of times that discipline is nowhere to be found. Even with bankroll management, man. You lose that initial buy-in, you want more. You're chasing something, especially when you have social media. I know social media, guys, gets crazy. Okay, the sensationalism sometimes gets amazing. The thumbnails, the $500,000 hits, the hoisting of the checks, the gambling influencer content that we see online. It's so sensationalized that it can grab you, hook you. And this might not be a good thing, guys. This leads to disaster in everyday normal lives that people live. I know, guys. I'm living it now. I'm in this slot channel space in my small little way. I see it every day. I see slot channels competing for that big video. You know, nowadays it's not about how many subscribers that you have. It's about who can put up the biggest win, the biggest hit, the record-breaking video. And thousands upon thousands of people consume this content with no warning whatsoever. This is where the disaster starts for a lot of people. Going in there thinking that they're going to be just like them, wanting those thousands. I want to win big. I'm not here for a couple $100. And sometimes me, guys, I feel like, hey, when am I going to hit that, 5-figure jackpot? At this point, I've been gambling for years. I'm after that 5-figure jackpot. I'm after something that will make a difference in my life. A couple $100. When I look at these videos, it has an impact on me. I try that game that they're trying. I try maybe their spins that they're trying. To no avail. I don't get similar results like the influencer videos that we see. Perfect example of this. Record breaking. I won this. All these titles, thumbnails that we see have an influence on gamblers, ex-gamblers, people that find interest in casinos and games, maybe even people that haven't tried their luck yet. I know people that get into it thinking they have no experience whatsoever when it comes to a casino environment or a game. Go in there, watch their favorite slot influencer do their thing, and guess what happens? They get hosed. Guys, casino gambling, like I said, when it's winning, it's great. When it's losing, it's bad. When it's winning, you're a genius. When you lose, you should have done this, you should have done that. I know. So, it's not as easy. It's not cut and dry. There's a lot of things going on. You might win something the first night out. You might win something yesterday. You might have won something yesterday. The next time you go, you think you're going to repeat that success. Like I said earlier, on the same machine. 99.9% of the time, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. There is no winning there. So, these are all little things to think about. You might be a seasoned gambler. You might be a newbie. You might be somebody in between that is a vacation gambler that goes on trips, maybe a cruise, Vegas once a year, but then ends up losing a lot of money. The trip cost you what, $3,000? You ended up gambling $6,000, and the whole trip cost you $9,000. Outrageous, right? People are starting to wake up to what this really is. You see Las Vegas. You see the numbers. They've been falling. A lot of it has to do with the local casinos that are popping up. Why drive all the way to Vegas if I could just drive 40 minutes to my local casino? They have the same games, same environment, right? Giveaways. So there is a very, very stark contrast in this gambling thing, okay? Is there a middle ground here? I understand when it's a great thing when you win, and it sucks when you lose. It sucks big time. It sucks big time. We lose more than we win. But is there a middle ground? Is there somebody that really does go in there with a couple of $100, and when it's done, it's done? Are you one of those guys that can get up and move on with your lives after 2 hours of losing what you brought to the casino? Does it sting for you? Do you wonder, like, sometimes, hey, what have I just done? What did I do? I want revenge. I want my money back. Chasing that big jackpot. If only I could hit that big jackpot, I could make all my wrongs right. These are all the things that people think about, that they go through. And then there's that disastrous, addicted gambler that screwed himself or herself up, gambled the money that they were not supposed to gamble, and is in a hole. Okay, all because of gambling. Setback after setback after setback. Losing paychecks. Now you got to make up that 2 weeks that you lost. Borrowing money. Now using your credit cards. All because you lost in gambling. You're in debt because of gambling. These are all things that people go through, guys. It's not all laughter, smiles, hoisting checks, guys. These are real things that people go through. More often than not, the majority of people that go to these casinos lose, and it sucks. You see very small winners here and there, okay? And the reason why you might not see content like this on YouTube that much, or in the comment section, you hear about the winners, you never sometimes hear about the losing. People don't like to admit their mistakes. People don't like to say, hey, I screwed up here. They're ashamed about it. They feel so bad, they just want to shut the world off. And it's true. It's all psychological. They feel so horrible. They don't want to talk about it. They want to move on. But I feel like we need to talk about it. We really do. We really need to talk about this, because more people are living through the pitfalls of gambling than the successes of gambling. Once in a while, you will win. But 8 out of 10 times, you're going to lose. You see my videos. I might be happy that minute, but I know the realities of this thing. I know what this thing can lead to if you're not careful, guys. So I want to talk about this more, guys. People, like I said, don't like to talk about this because it's not fun. It's fun to talk about the jackpots. It's fun to talk about when you hit that major. That's fun. That's exciting. It's not fun to talk about you lost your paycheck. You lost the money that you're not supposed to gamble. You're in trouble financially because of it. You're not getting ahead in life because of gambling. You're addicted to gambling. You're chasing. I'm telling you guys, the slot influencer space is big. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people watch this content. And you might be one of those people that say, hey, it doesn't influence me. I'm just watching my favorite slot video. It helps me from not gambling. I think that's bullshit. You are getting influenced in a little bit, in a way. You are getting influenced. Why do I say this? Because you're consumed with this stuff. You're looking at it. You're looking at a slot influencer winning $20,000. That affects you in a way where you might not think it affects you or it influences you, but it does. It really does. Because I guarantee you, next time you go to Vegas and you see that machine that your favorite slot influencer won $20,000 on, what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and try your luck on it. Hey, so-and-so won this jackpot. Let me try it. You just got influenced. Right? Now, there are the other side where there are guys like me that show you the realities of gambling, that actually talk about the negative effects of gambling, that have a hopefully lasting influence, a good influence on you guys, not to do this if you can't control it. See, the thing is, a lot of times we lose control at what we do. We lose control, guys. It's easy to say I have control at casinos, but it's so easy to lose control. I'm telling you, it gets the best of us. It gets us all. Nobody wins in gambling. Nobody. Nobody wins in playing slot machines. It should be only treated as a form of, let's go one night, let's try our luck. If we lose, whatever. Take a couple of $100, have fun. Don't go with the mindset of always winning. You're not. You're not always going to win. So, yeah. Yeah, guys, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it sucks. Think about it. Think about what I'm saying. Because I speak the truth here. Just think about it. How amazing is it when you win? Do you even think about the negative pitfalls of gambling when you win? No. It doesn't cross your mind. You probably think of people talking like this in videos like this as, I just won a jackpot. What is this guy talking about? But when you lose, it hits home. When you lose, it really hits home. And you know. So it's important for me, guys. I know you've probably watched a few of my recent videos where I display somewhat of control, where I win something, and some of you guys thought, hey, now it's not rigged. No, guys. I've always thought of casino gaming as rigged. It's always rigged in the casino's favor. How they do it, how much it's rigged, we don't know. Anytime you don't have the equal odds in your favor in a game, it's rigged. Obviously, they need to keep the house lights on. Obviously, that costs money to build these palaces and these hotels and pay all these employees and security guards and camera systems and the location and the electricity bill. How do you think they can afford it? You're not going there to win money. You're going there to have fun. And if it happens, it happens. That's the way I look at it, guys. That's the way I look at gambling. And that's the way everybody should look at gambling. Don't make it a habit. Don't let gambling consume your life, right? Don't let gambling be an addiction. When you're done, you're done. When you walk out, done. You're back to your normal routine. Don't think about gambling outside of the casinos, because that's only adds to the triggers, the addiction, and it could lead to thousands and thousands of dollars lost and a bad habit. So, like I said, you might see some videos of mine where I win money and I'm happy. That's the natural thing, right? I win money, I'm happy, I'm smiling, but I have to make these videos too. I have to talk about it because you ultimately know how I feel about gambling. Gambling is a losing proposition. It is. And for the majority, it's a bad thing. It sucks. I'm telling you something because I lived through it. So, all right, that's it for today. Talk with Storytime Slots. Podcasts on the way, more slot content on the way, and one other thing, guys. The reason why the biggest reason why I show you slot content is not to show off, or look what I just won, or look, I'm a genius, or look, I'm this slot expert. Look what I did. I know how to play this game. I'm a genius. I look at this method. No, that's not why I'm showing you slot content, guys. 2 reasons why I'm showing you slot content. First reason is to show you guys the realities of gambling, right? To show you that, hey, this is a losing proposition. Sure, sometimes we get lucky, but there are ways to do things, right? Or not do things. And the second reason why I show slot content, because it's easier for me to create content. It's easier for me to talk about certain things while doing something. Because in all honesty, when you just sit here with a camera and a microphone, you run out of things to say about it. So if I show you gambling and I talk about certain things, don't do this, look at this, this is not a good game, I think. Look at this, look at the odds here, I didn't win anything. No, it's easier for me to create content and show you the realities. A good balance. That's why I show you slot content. Anyway, slot videos on the way, talks, podcasts. We talk all things casinos, gambling, addiction, everything here. So if this is your first time, give me a like and subscribe to Storytime Slots. Oh yeah, and occasionally you'll hear a story from me because I got a lot of those. A lot of times, a lot of things I lived through, a lot of things I've heard and seen that need to be told here on Storytime Slots. All right, guys, go out there, have fun. If you're going to go to the casino, good luck. Always gamble responsibly. Never take money that you can't afford to lose. And if you can't afford to lose any money, don't go at all, guys. Don't go at all. You can hurt yourself in the process. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Rock and roll.